All right, Libra, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for August 17th to the 23rd. My name is Athen. So we're coming off of that new moon, which took place last week during the weekend on Friday. And so now continuing to move forward with that. And this is all about your guys' groups or friends. If you guys have started to get inspired about connecting to friends or networking or community-related things, or maybe technological or innovative as well. Maybe even the satisfaction that you get from your work, because you guys do have Mars in your 10th house. So you should be very driven and motivated to do this career or legacy, big picture stuff. And now there's this understanding about satisfaction through work. Perhaps the greatest satisfaction through work is giving, or it could be income through work, or however you see that. But that's where the emphasis is. That's where the new beginnings are. And you'll notice that as the week unfolds, more energy for you to continue to apply this very community, other-oriented part of your chart. So here we've got the new moon starting to gain energy. We've got your ruler Venus being trined up by Uranus this week, all the way from Monday through Friday. So this will be the strongest emphasis. You guys are in this sort of reflective time with Venus retrograde. And this just in general, it's going within more of that introverted energy, although there is a lot of that active energy as well. But through that, your sort of reflection, I think you can find it quite exciting actually to mix up the routine, try something new. Maybe there's some intuition or guidance that you guys are having about your health, your diet, or maybe it's through the workspace. Maybe in the work, there's something calling you so that you can have more freedom in your service, in what you're doing on a day-to-day level. So I'd really listen to that this week and continue to just treat it as a learning process with your ruler Venus retrograde. It can be some new even opportunities to enjoy the service work in a way that's more in alignment with what you're really about and gives you that space and freedom to enjoy it. So that's going to be the high point. And, it's very nice to have your ruler trined up by Uranus. Just be willing for change. Just be willing to, be open to mixing things up, especially on the day-to-day level. And I think you'll find that assisting a lot of whatever these intentions are and whatever you're focused on in regards to groups, networks, networking, friends, what have you. So that'll be the gist. And then we've got on Wednesday and Thursday, Mercury opposing up to Chiron. So Chiron is going back into that 6th house this week. So this is all about healing wounds, probably old wounds with the South Node in relation to your service work or your routine, your health, things like that. So I think it's important here that while there is this emphasis on, networking, and you're very inspired right now, to maybe consider some of those routines and regimens that are better for your health, really focusing on healing the physical body. Because what you'll find is through that's going to help balance out a lot of this, strong emphasis on others right now, because this is the house of self-improvement. If we're not improved, if we're not taken care of, if we're not feeling good, then we're really no asset to others in our organizations or things on that level. So something to consider there with that. I do recommend it, and especially with Mercury too, and all this opposition, as you can see here in your 5th house, is, and this will be mostly next week, but it'll be important, is this balancing of focusing on self, in a healthy way here. You've got, first of all, Saturn in your 1st house. You guys are maybe taking on more responsibilities and things, but with your self-expression and your fun in life, what you'll find is through things like giving, compassion, that empathic, very strong energy, you'll find it allowing that excitement, that fun to sort of brew and to find an outlet. In other words, for you to express yourself. So I recommend that while there might be a lot of focus on these organizational things, remembering to spend that time alone in the sense of your creative projects or whatever you do for fun that is alone, that helps you connect to spirit or God or to yourself and have that peace and tranquility, because that will assist and you'll find a balance. And of course, we don't want to go to any extremes, so not going to any extremes with that isolating energy either. Both of these together is really reminding us that there really is no difference between what's good for others. It's actually good for us. And I think that'll be an important consideration, especially next week. Now, in terms of this discipline within self, with Saturn here in your 1st house, hopefully you guys have been open to assuming new responsibilities. Maybe it is through work or whatever. leveling up over the past couple years, really. And so now it's some more hard work and discipline there, calling for you to do this week, just in general, with Saturn squaring up to the Sun. So step into that, be open to assuming those healthy responsibilities, and what you'll find is that it'll be constructively assisting whatever these new beginnings are for you involving that 11th house, especially when it comes to your self-expression. Because there is this passion, like I was saying, about all of this, but there's a seriousness to it too, or at least responsibility about it. So be open to that and work at it. That's the square energy. So that's pretty much it. And then Mercury goes into your 12th house here on Saturday. So I think you'll naturally be thinking more about spiritual or alone time, relaxation, things like that as we go into next week, which is good because your North Node has been transiting your 12th house, which means there's this undertone of the importance of you guys having that rest and relaxation and spiritual pursuits. That's been the case for the past couple of years. So now with Mercury, you can really start to understand that, apply that on a practical level. And that'll be strong emphasis this weekend, but especially going into next week. So all in all, new beginnings still shaping up. I really recommend taking action this week in that grounded, constructive way, of course. But in regards to any of this organizational satisfaction from work, giving, contributing your ideals, your visions, your hopes, those kinds of things, and balancing that other-oriented energy with self, I think will be both freeing, spiritual, and healing at the same time with Chiron. So have a nice one, Libra. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to Sidereal, or if you're new to this form of astrology just in general, do check your birth chart down below, because this is very different from tropical and even Vedic systems in terms of the way I have it laid out. So make sure you're watching the right video, check the birth chart for that, and if you have any questions, let me know. All right, Libra, take care.